something new points for you to carry on. First of all, when you stretch your feet, there is a tremendous action on the flesh. Spread your heels sideways, spread your soles sideways, then the entire foot, half should move backward, see extension, and half forward. Then feeling the floor evenly on the right and the left, outer edges of the heel skin. So after that action from the body, which is known as a cognitive action, you have to cognize that action through the skin, whether the skin and the flesh are equal. Follow that up to your armpit. The cognitive action and cognitive feeling should synchronize. Then take a deep inhalation, jump out 4 to 5 feet apart. Extending your fingers from the shoulder blades. Feel the cognitive action and cognitive action should synchronize. That is, physical action and perception should meet together. Then take the left foot in without turning the left knee in. Locking the left knee, turn the left foot in. Then with the left knee, right knee, turn the right foot up. Right knee also should revolve. Then feel your left leg mentally, whether that leg is straight or not, like Tadasana. You have to stamp the body weight on your left foot. Then without shaking, with an exhalation, watching your chest, the plank of your chest, left plank of the chest. Without dropping it, you should face the ceiling and take the right hand down. Go down as much as you can. Those who can place the palm, they can. Then after pressing your right palm, stretch your left knee more and more towards your groins. And extend the body backwards first, towards your left foot. Then stabilizing your left, stretch your spine towards your head. Open your front body. See that the front and the back body run parallel to each other. Turn your head up. So when you are turning the head, do not lose the contact of the armpit of the right hand. Stretch there also. Then reflect the right leg and the left leg. Probably you may be stretching the right leg more than the left. So stretch your left leg like the right. Then you have to contemplate from the bottom of the foot to the head, and from the right arm to your left arm, so that each part of your body is a single unit. Inhale, come up. Now take the right foot with the right knee inwards, then turn the right knee out, right knee only out. Take the left foot with the left knee completely revolving. Then stamp your right outer edge of the foot on the floor, so that you are doing perfect Tadasana on your right leg. The entire plate of your right heel should be touching the floor. Outer edge of the right foot, heel should be on the floor. Then extending your left leg muscle towards your right, take the hand down. Extend your arm. There should be a tremendous leg extension of 2 times. Leg vertically moving, extending upwards, arm extending downwards. Then take the arms down if you can, left arm. Then pressing your thumb, stretch the back body. Cognitive feeling should be felt. Action, perception, they should meet together. And extend the flesh, because the flesh is like the 2 wings of a bird between the bone. So stretch your arm in such a way that the wings, which are like flesh, are equal on both these sides from the bone. Then look up, open your chest, and stamp your right foot firmly. Extend your left leg from the back of the knee up to the hip. Then the entire body should turn. Turn your mind. When you are turning the body, the mind also should turn. Your intelligence also should follow the mind. Inhale, come up. Now take the foot in, extend your arms, feel the perfect Tadasana. In your leg, both legs are apart. Exhale the feet together. And stand in such a way that the body weight is felt not only on the soles but also on the heels, so that you are exactly perpendicular to the floor, balancing the weight between the 2 edges of the arch, neither forward nor backward. Then stretch your skin from the inner ankle up to your hips. Draw a line from the back consciously, and then adjust yourself cognitively to the skin. Take a deep inhalation, jump about 4.5 feet apart. Then the skin and the flesh should run parallel in the art of stretching the leg. Cognitive actions synchronize. Take the left foot in without turning the kneecap. Then turn the right foot out with your kneecap. See that the top leg is parallel to the lower leg of the right. Extend your arms without losing the attention at the back of the skin, keeping your left leg firm. Then with an exhalation, as you take your right hand, though the left leg is firm, move the right leg skin towards the outer edge of the left leg. Come on. Creating room for the left in the left leg for the right to extend. Take the palms on the floor. Then pressing your palms, descending your thumb, extend from the wrist upwards the body, so that you get a grip not only from the legs, also from the hand, right hand. Then pressing your hand, make your right elbow concave, and then turn your head to the right back elbow joint. Extend your left arm so that the length of your right arm is equal to the length of your left arm. Then, holding your foot of the right, big toe, firmly on the floor, open your left leg still further, extend. As you extend the leg, you have to extend your back ribs. Look up, then reflect the right and the left leg, then connect each and every points of your body as a single unit, so that your consciousness, your mind, your organs of perception and action are all synchronized as a single unit. Look up. Normal breathing. Then inhale, come up. Now take the right foot in with the right knee in. Then turn the right knee out again after turning in. Then with the left foot, turn the whole top leg. The top leg should run parallel to the bottom leg of the left. Extend your right hand. As you are looking on the left side, you should never forget on the right side. Now open your chest, the plank of the chest broad. Then with an exhalation, go down. After placing the palms on the floor, press the thumb and then extend from the left arm towards the right as a single thread. Then hold your right foot firmly on the floor. Turn your left waist towards the right from the back to the front. As you turn the head, you have to turn the chest, you have to turn the waist, you have to turn the right top leg from inside out. Then look up, then connect from the head to the foot as a single unit. As I said before, the body, the mind, the organs of perception, all attentively observing and adjusting. Normal breathing, stay. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in. Do Tadasana perfectly, extending the hands equally. Exhale, foot together. Normal breathing. Again. Now the second pose called Utthita Parsvakonasana, where we bend on the side, we do the knee, keeping it right angles, square, and then we do the pose. Take a deep, normal breathing always when you start it. Then stretch, feel the weight on the heel. Divide the arch into two parts, half the arch stretching towards the heel and half the arch stretching towards the sole, so that you're exactly on the middle of the feet, neither forward nor backward. Then take a deep inhalation, jump about 5 feet apart. Extend your arms. When you extend your arms, even the side ribs should open out. Don't stretch the hands with the collapsed ribs. Extend the side ribs. Take the left foot in, the left knee cap, firmly grip. take the right foot out. When you turn the right foot, the inner side of the leg should be exactly in line, turning towards the foot. Neither inside nor outside, but in line to the foot. Then with an exhalation, without losing the grip of your left foot, Tadasana, bend your right leg. Don't move the chest forward. Don't move the chest forward. Just bend your knee. Go to the square so that the flesh rests on the skin of the bent leg. Then take the arm down, right arm. Keep the tip of the fingers on the floor. Then turn your stomach towards me. Then turn your upper arm, left arm, take it over the head. Now grip your quadricep muscles of the left leg. Then place the palm on the floor, bend your knee to form a right square and adjust your left foot to come a little nearer the right. Then extend the left leg backwards, left hand forward. Then without disturbing your arm, turn the chest to face your arm. Lock your left knee. See that the neck of the femur of the left do not move towards me, forward. Keep it backward so that the bone touches the skin at the back, nearer the back skin, the left leg. Then drop your buttock bone slightly down the right, not the left. Then turn your plank of the chest, lower waist. Look up, normal breathing. Inhale, come up. Take the right foot in with the knee, then turn the kneecap out so that the diameter of the heel is maintained. Take the left foot out with the left leg. Even the top leg should revolve 90 degrees like the lower foot. With an exhalation, without oscillating your chest, exhale, bend your knee. Form a square, looking whether the square is formed or not. Then, with an exhalation, take the palms on the floor. Cup shape form. Left arm, right arm up. Then lift your foot of the left, extend the skin forward. So, then take the arm over the head, right arm. Place the palm on the floor, left. Then turn your lower plank of the waist towards me. Extend your right arm forward, right leg backward. Then connect your mind everywhere to each and every cell of your body. See that the horizontal stretch of the right side and the vertical stretch of the left synchronizes. Normal breathing. Keep the right neck of the femur backwards without disturbing the left leg. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in. Normal breathing. Exhale, fit together in Tadasana. After bending the leg, when you place the palm, this is the middle of the arch. So the distance on the middle of the arch towards the sole and towards the heel has to be measured. Suppose I bend more. Can you see what happened to the arch? Suppose I bend less. Do you know what happened to the middle of the arch? So the position changes. So you have to measure by stamping the heel, extending the toe, so that you bend the knee in such a way this becomes perpendicular. You have to observe always the calf muscle should run parallel to the shin bone. Suppose we do like this. Can you see it's a dead action? So you have to move back and then you have to turn in such a way that there is a weight here and there is a weight here. And this edge and this edge run parallel to each other. Then I place my palm. Then if you observe here, this the real guru, hidden intelligence is here. So this ligament of this and this should run, inner side and the outer side of the ligament of the bent knee should run parallel to each other. Then I take my hand up so that there is no disturbance in that foot. Now suppose I do the wrong pose, see what happened. Now I do the other way. Now what happened here? So even here also, when we bend, as we lie down on the bed, with comfort, the flesh should sleep on the bed of the skin comfortably, and that is the square. How it should be adjusted. Now I'll speak about the hind leg. Now, when we normally do that, we don't think of that big toe. We just crumble that foot and then we just go on doing. Can you see now? That's completely distorted foot. So I have to lift up, I have to adjust like a Tadasana so that the arch is open. And then I observe the height of the arch. We drop. I lift. Then in that lifting, I adjust. Now if you observe, this is the center of the quadricep muscle. This leg is facing the front wall. As that leg is facing the front wall, I have to observe the chest also, whether it can face in line to my leg. Then I take my hand. Now what we do, we just do this way. And then we go on stretching. So this is distension, this is ascension. So in order to follow the distension towards the ascension, with this finger, I go on turning. With the right hand, I go on turning. With the left hand, I'm go on turning. So that I stretch here, and this skin faces the ceiling in order to take my hand up. Can you see that leg stretch? The front and the back are parallel to each other. The front leg and the back leg, whereas we do like this. Mm-hmm. So we have to keep that running parallel to each other. I said a few words before for Tadasana. Now I will add a little more. Look at your nails, that big toe nail, and adjust your big toe nail from the center and stretch the skin on either side equally so that you get the shape of the nail like a semicircular rotation. Join the toe bones. Then with the help of the toe bone, extend from the inner arch, heels backwards by lifting slightly. Then compress the skin, outer skin of the leg towards the bone. Then you get that straight leg. Suck in as you suck the milk through the straw. Here you have to suck your skin towards your flesh, where skin comes in contact with the flesh, not flesh touching the skin. Virabhadrasana I. Normal breathing. Do not let loose the heels. Heels should be as strong as the sole. Virabhadrasana I. Take a deep inhalation, jump about 5 feet. Watch your big toe, nail. Don't disturb the nails. Don't disturb them. Then extend the inner leg from the big toe, as we are all good to stretch the outer legs. Inner leg stretching is more difficult than the outer leg. So your inner leg should be extending towards your trunk. Then turn the palms outwards without bending the elbows at the back. Then extending your arms, take the arms up. Join your palms together. And when you stretch, your kneecap should never let loose. Then take the left foot in. Turn the right foot out with the kneecap. Revolve the trunk. Then take the heel of the left slightly backwards. Lift and then extend for the external heel to go down. Then both the legs should be extended at the same time. There should be no difference between the right and the left leg in this stretch. Then with an exhalation, keeping the left top leg from the knee to the hip firm, bend your right leg. Revolving, though I'm doing on the left. Revolving your hip toward the left hip towards the right groin. Extend your arms straight, look up. Without lifting the buttock bone up. When you look up, the buttock bone comes up. Dip the buttock bone down and look up. And from the quadricep muscle of the left up to the pelvic ring, stretch your left leg without dropping the cock muscle. Inhale, come up. Take the right foot in. Take the left foot out. Move the right shin more deep in, and the outer shin of the left straight, because you should not drop it all. Now with an exhalation, without disturbing the trunk forward or backward, bend your knee, holding the trunk steadily. And let the buttock bone rest on the skin on the left side as you are bending. Measure the foot from the arch equally. Stretch your hands, look back. Revolve the pelvic ring of the right towards the pubis. Keep your right leg straight. Inhale, come up. Come to the front. Extend your arms. Then take some exhale, fit together. I'm doing again so that you understand the right action, right alignment with adjustments. Same Virabhadrasana I. Now, after taking the hand, when we are turning the body, we just look here, but we never turn this. So as we turn the top chest, we have to turn the both buttocks should run parallel to each other. Then when we are exhaling, this is a very important line which you have to observe. From here to here, and from here to here, you have to run that exactly in a straight line. Then, if you observe the arch, I will not disturb the arch, then this leg, we do like this normally. So now how much I roll in the head of my femur to get the correct pose. Now look at that arch, the foot, ankle. We drop that ankle down. Now how I lift my ankle, can you see now? Mm-hmm. So after lifting the ankle, I turn this and then I do the pose. Then there is no problem in that leg. Otherwise, now see I collapse. Mm-hmm. Now the whole shape disturbed. Again, I keep my hand on my knee, lift my heel, adjust it and open it, head backwards. And I rest that foot like Tadasana, then I stretch. You can see the rotation. That is the right approach. Now, I do on the other side to show the groin action on the bent leg. Suppose I am doing this way. Now, how the behavior of my skin and flesh is in the bent leg, I have to learn that here. There it comes naturally. Here I have to create with a thinking process. As you can see how it is moving. Now, this is the middle of the arch, this is the sole, this is the heel. So this is the middle of the arch, this is the heel, this is the sole. So this middle point, I drop it down to get the right action. There is no resistance here. So if I resist, see everything arch disappears. So I drop it down. Then from here to here, I measure to get the correct length. Now there is no strain. Now there is a strain. There is no strain. So that is how you have to learn, so that the entire flesh is parallel to the knee. Then the pose is good. Now I am taking one leg forward, one leg backward. Now you can see the distortion of my spine. This is how we present. Can you see this bent leg spine is inside, the unbent leg spine is backward. Now in this pose, you have to observe carefully. Now can you see now? So I'm moving in, and then from here I poke in so that I get that spinal movement. Now the tailbone is parallel on either side. Now it is not parallel. This is how we do, majority of the people. But actual pose is, this is known as aggressive pose, this is known as contemplative pose. Can you see the movement here? So I'm separating the buttock from the spine so that there is complete rhythm, tranquil flow of energy. Stamping your foot. Now I'll go to the final pose to explain, not to waste time. Take your arms up. Now take this foot out. Left leg straight in. Now turn the top left leg towards the right leg, extending the outer right leg from the knee straight. Now ascending the outer skin of the right leg, bend your knee. When you bend, you should see that the middle portion of your leg is, the flesh is evenly distributed from the bone. Then roll the left leg towards the right leg, as if the left leg is nearer the groin. Then adjust your tailbone. So one buttock is inside, one is outside. Separate it from this tailbone. Then rest your flesh on the buttock bone, bend down a little more, so that there should be some comfort on the bent leg. Extend your arm up to the ceiling straight. Yes, a little more here up to here, here to bend. Come, touch me. Now drop this down without bending the knee forward. Correct. And now look up. And extend the shoulders so that the fingers are gripped well. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in. Then turn the other way. Go to the pose. Now turn the right buttock away from the tailbone. And then extending the outer leg of the left, bend your knee. Inner leg alone should bend, not the outer leg skin. Firm outer leg skin, inner leg skin giving the room. Bend. Now extend your arm. Stamp your left leg firmly. The inner calf muscle should be extended towards the heel. You all bend here. You have to stretch it down towards the heel. Strong skin. Then you can stretch your arm better. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in. Exhale, arms sideways, feet together. Good. Now all of you stretch the outer edges of the frontal leg skin vertically up, and then turn the back leg muscle towards the pelvis, extending this leg. Now with an exhalation, without disturbing your chest, bend your knee. Now just like grip, ensure you can extend. This is the correct action. This is the correct adjustment. Now without disturbing the bend which I gave you, then keep that back leg extended, especially this area, inner calf muscle. Broad and firm. Then with that leg you have to stretch without disturbing the front leg. Now revolve the hip more and more. When you revolve the shoulder blades also should revolve with your hip movement. No? A little more, correct? Elbow straight. Whenever I say elbow, the elbow is here, not here. So back of the elbow joint. Stretch out. Inhale, come up. Now take the leg, this foot in, turn the other way. Turn the left foot and revolve the right hip towards the front. Go on, revolve it here, open the chest. Now with an exhalation, keeping the ribs lifted up, bend your knee. Very carefully, see? Correct? You should feel the way in which I adjust. How you feel the weight on the leg. You have gone too much forward. This leg should move back. No. Forward. Now drop this muscle. Well done. Now, with an exhalation, let loose here. And then turn the waist more and more. Turn. From here you have to lift up your hands. Descending this, you have to ascend. Descending the bent leg, flush, you have to ascend the trunk. Normal breathing. Normal breathing. Now inhale, come up. Now come to the front. Extend your arms. Exhale, feet together. Good. Well done. What I did on your chest, I'm going to show on my chest. After bending it, when you lifted the hand, I said this should go down, this should be lifted up. Now without disturbing, see how I puffed my chest without the breath. Not, I'm going to say, I've exhaled. I puffed my chest so that I know how to lift the body. So that is going down. From here I'm lifting, from here I'm dropping down, and that is the correct action. Now see the chest. Then I turn such a way that it is completely parallel. Then I come up. And when we normally do it, when we bend our leg, we just drop the chest. Can you see how much we collapse? So you have to go on ascending. So in that ascension, you have to go on bending your leg. That's the correct action. Now, it's not just the pose, what you do is important, how you adjust the pose. Now when I am doing the Virabhadrasana II, when you have to observe the length of my chest, follow? And you have to observe the length of my bent top leg and the bent bottom leg. The top leg should be always run parallel to the bottom leg. So most important is to observe here. We should never move this forward skin. So this skin moves backward, this skin moves forward with the flex. That is known as cognitive action guiding the cognitive action. So when we do like that, it's a cognitive action, there is no cognition. So you have to work the skin so that the skin is made to made for the flesh to move in line to the skin. So this is known as this, and this is running parallel to each other. Then the attention is here. The same gravitational pressure is here. In the gravitational pressure only, and the opening is here. Can you see? Now if there is a close up, it is gone. So you have to wide open here. As you wide open this side, bent leg side is easy to wide open. But on the straight leg side, it's very difficult to wide open. This is the pubis. So you have to observe the length of the pubis, and you have to, this is a round pose. Can you see the pubis? So you have to measure from here, and that is not mental action. Then you have to come up. Now, in order to make you to understand, as you see the inner side leg, it's very difficult to understand in this, the outer side leg. Here, in this pose, when we do, the outer side leg, bloats out. So this bloating of the leg when you bend has to be known to control. That's why I'm turning myself in order to show you. Now I'm jumping. I stretch. Now I do the way in which people do. They just turn, they just go like this. Can you see the thickness of this? Mm-hmm. So this is known as bloating sensation. So this flesh is bloated. So now, how to know? Now see, this is just concave, I take. Follow now? Now this is convex. So I keep in the beginning again the whole flesh slightly concave, suck into my body, then I go on bending so that, can you see the thinness here? Yes. So I make that flesh thinner and thinner, and then I adjust. Now, if you observe this buttock, this is how we do it normally. Now, how to separate from here? Now, see this, there should be tremendous space created here. Can you see now? Can you see the difference? Yes. Now, if you observe this also, there is a tremendous intelligence required on this area. Whereas normally, when we do the pose, we don't think of that, like, can you see how the knee drops off? Mm-hmm. Now there is a tremendous action in this leg than on the bent leg. So when I'm doing that pose, as I said, as this buttock is moving forward, this area of the flesh is lifted upwards in order to bend that leg. See? It is direct like Tadasana, like a poker stiff leg, not drop leg. Can you see it is drop? Mm-hmm. Now how I have to make that poker stiff? Can you see? Mm-hmm. If you observe the knee bone and this knee bone, this is known as alert knee bone, this is dull knee bone. So this person is standing more on this leg than on that leg. Now stretch these fibers back, see what happened. That is correct weight on both the legs. That's known as alignment. Now here I come. She is my oldest pupil here, 1961 or something. Now, yes. Now, still if you observe carefully, there is tremendous attention required from here to here. She's straight here, but her intelligence is cut off from here to here, whereas her intelligence flows. This is known as zigzag flow of intelligence in the body, which we call the tranquil flow of intelligence is not there. It is cut like the river. If the heavy flow is there, it gets inundated, the land. So similarly, this is, you can observe here. So what we do, in order to give her, I take the inner quadricep muscle with my knee, I grip and then I push back. So that intelligence is made to come in contact with the flesh and the skin. Same way here. Can you understand now? Yes. So, and she has to press this down, and pressing she has to push this flesh and skin to feel the heat. That's the way. Now here if you observe, very interesting again. If you observe carefully, if you this top leg and bottom leg, her bottom leg is thicker, so why should it be thick? She is very good, except that these ligaments she has to turn towards the kneecap. Then the outer leg opens. She is very good on the inner leg, she is not very good on the outer legs. So in order to extend, that means the inner leg is longer, the outer leg is shorter. So in order to make the outer leg longer, you have to turn the fibers towards the inner quadricep muscles. Then the length will come automatically. Here, if you observe, this is too thick, whereas it should not be. If you measure this, her top leg and the bottom leg is too thick. That means the bone is not at all activized. It's very interesting to say that you cannot stretch the bone. Now, by pressing this bone of the heel, now see what happened to her bones. So it gave room for the flesh to become alert. So now push. That's the correct way of standing. Now the folding of the skin disappeared. Now the skin is also as active as the flesh. That is known as Tadasana. Now Virabhadrasana II. Take a deep inhalation, jump about 5 feet apart. Take the right foot out, left foot in. Now when you are turning, you have to be very careful on this. We are very good to stretch. This half the arm stretching. What about the other half arm? So as we lengthen here, we should know also that we are equally attending on the top of the, because the energy is flowing inside the skin. So the energy is the river within the body. So the river should touch this band as well as this band evenly without any fluctuations. Stretch that way. Now take the right foot out. Now with an exhalation, bend without, see, I am touching this finger so that there should be no movement at all. They are maintaining this in this length. You have to bend your knee without bringing the head back. And now harden this leg. Again, I told you to feel here. Be strong here and take this head of the shin back with the neck. And that shin, neck of the shin, should be taken back slightly for you with taking the buttock bone down. Then only the leg will become thin. You feel now? Yes. Contraction. Well done. Now, if a line is drawn, all of you look here. This is the edge of the buttock, this is the edge of the knee. This and this point should run parallel to each other. That's the adjustment. Open as you stretch your arm, stretch your muscles of the pelvis. Horizontally, arm tall. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in. Exhale, feet together. Not necessarily to the other side. As you know, understood. This is all connected. If you observe the calf muscle, it is turning from the middle of the calf towards the outer edge, whereas this is coming inwards. So this is known as one fighting against the other. So this is, if you call this a non-violent muscle, this is a violent muscle, because it is fighting against it because it cannot stretch. So it is quiet, the cells are dead. So though for appearance it is non-violent, inside it is violent because it is murdering the cells, because it cannot feed them cells. So if you observe carefully, what I do is, I said this is the inner leg skin. So this dent which she has to take off that dent. Come on, see there is a dent here. So the foot has to touch that dent and fill it. So as she fills in, can you see now? So now there is a tremendous life fold, and there is no difference between this flesh and this flesh. Still it has to go back unless you stand this area down. As you extend this point downwards, you have to open this and stretch upwards straight. Now you can see the change in color, change in circulation. Now if you observe, this leg is well stretched, this is not well stretched. So if you observe the defect, see there is a dent in the calf muscle, there is no dent here. So her calf muscle, this is shorter, this is longer. This is known as habitual diseases. So what I do is, from the outer shin muscle, I said push that shin muscle back, this will open. And then stand erect. Now say the dent have taken it off. And this became longer. Understood now?
Yes, that's right. Thank you.
Now having explained the Tadasana, now you can all easily do it again. Open your back thigh muscles from inside out and make the back thigh muscles as flat as possible from this end to that end. You get Tadasana. Now take a deep inhalation, jump 5 feet apart. Take the left foot out, right foot in. Now there is a grip on the head of the femur on the right leg, is it not? And it is in Tadasana. The head of the femur is exactly facing the same, left hand balance. Without shaking that head of the femur, bend your left knee and watching the right hand. The right arm should be just in line to the lower arm, the back arm. If it moves forward, you lose. So you have to measure. Then harden your wrist of the right and extend your left arm and drop the sleeping down. See, there is tension. There should be no tension. Only the hind leg should be extended. You have completely forgotten here. Lock here and lift this slightly up. You should be near the skin bone. The bone should be touching the skin. Lift up the bone only. Good. Slightly knee out, please. Your knee. Just like this. Tailbone forward, this way. Down shoulder. Good. This is the position. The outer leg should be in line to the knee. Now inhale, come up. And take the foot in. When you are doing the standing poses, you get completely blacked out, fatigue, tremor in the legs, vomiting sensations. If you are like that, in between the standing poses, you just sit like this. You can use a blanket or you can use a bolster. Join the feet together and sit on your knees. Just like this, with a relaxed body. The fatigue of the leg disappears, the tension of the diaphragm is taken off, the load on the brain due to the standing poses, tension on the neck is taken off, and the leg muscles are relaxed. And suppose there is a vomiting sensation, here, this is for removing the fatigue. If you feel vomiting sensation, just stand up, incline your elbows, and just let go down. And remain like this. The vomiting sensation disappears. The blood pressure also shoots up. Then that feeling of giddiness, dizziness disappears. Just quietly stay without any tension in the brain. Then you can continue the other standing poses. When we are doing the standing poses, in between, you have to find the relaxing poses. So this Prasarita Padottanasana is a relaxing pose between the simple standing poses and the one which you are going to do afterwards. In between, this pose gives a resting abode for the muscles so that the complicated poses are done with ease and comfort. Normal breathing. Now take a deep inhalation. All of you do Tadasana without losing that understanding that from the beginning till the end, you should know that the outer ankles which it drops should be sucked in, lifted up, so that the outer ankle bone is nearer the inner ankle. Now place your fingers on your waist, measure the sacroiliac muscles so that the sacroiliac muscles are moving towards the leg when the legs are lifted. There should be a grip, and open your side chest. Then with a deep inhalation, sometimes you can do with inhalation. If the people are thin, they do with inhalation jump. If the people are on the higher side, heavier side, then they have to be taught with an exhalation jump. Then there is no strain for them to take the legs apart. So one can do both ways to learn. Though we say often inhale jump, even in exhalation one can jump. Heavy people definitely cannot spread their legs with an inhalation, so they have to be taught with exhalation. Now exhale, jump forward. Spread your legs more and more. And when you jump, the sole goes up. So again you have to take the sole in this pose so that the heel and the sole run parallel. Now keeping your thumb pressurizing on your back, lift the tailbone up without disturbing the body. And slightly concave tailbone. Then take a deep inhalation. Then along with exhalation, take the hands down and try to keep the palm almost in line to the feet. And then to look up, you have to tuck in the tailbone. After tucking the tailbone, you have to stretch the tailbone towards your head. There are two actions. One tucking in, the second moving forward without disturbing the buttocks. If you don't get the movement, if you feel that the tailbone is moving back, move the buttock bones towards your hand, slightly sway forward as I did it. Then with an exhalation, bend your elbows, take the head down. After taking the head down, turn the outer knee back inwards and then push the head in a little more. Normal breathing. Don't hold the breath. Then slow inhalation. Come up. Holding your foot firmly. Then look up. When you look up, you have to dig the spine down and towards the chest. Look up. Pressing the elbows. Then hands on your back. Exhale, foot together. Normal breathing. In order to make you understand the pose, I am doing once again so that you can see how I adjust, how I move, how I tuck in the tailbone and then extend forward. So all these things can be known. So I do from the sides for you to catch the pose. Now, after placing the palm, when we place the palm, we make our back convex. Now observe carefully how with the help of my finger, I dip in and then I come forward. Where the hips also gets contracted and extended at the same time. Then staying here for a few minutes. Here also when you say, you have to observe. Now this is also a pose, but this is not a final pose. Now from the diaphragm, I still open more and more. Then with an exhalation, I go down. When I'm going down, this is the gripper. If this grip is lost, you can't get the pose. Now see how I grip there. That means I hold the floor so it can't slip. I let loose so it goes out. Can you see?
Yes.
So again, this is the real brain. So you should know from each asana you have to trace the source of brain. So in this pose, this becomes the source of brain. Can you see now? Then I work. Then slowly I come up. And so beginners cannot jump. So in this position I say take your foot a little near so that they get security. Then I say lift up, hand comes back, bang, jump, drop the hands. That's how you have to also teach that after doing the pose they should be taken inside the legs, then they will not tear their muscles. So I will show you how important in this asana in placing the feet. Now when we are doing the pose, most of us, we press the outer big toe corner to the ground to get the pose. So what happens on account of that? The interior leg drops and so there is a strain here. So this big toe has to be turned from outside in so that the foot is doing Tadasana. Can you see the ankles? So the movement, this is the hooker. So I'll hook my foot and the ankle. That is known as the anchoring point. You follow? So I've anchored here the whole body so that there is absolutely no difference. Now you can see there is no drop in my arch. So that protects me to do the pose. And if you observe here also, now how I create space between my trunk and the top inner leg. Did you see? How I move away from the trunk. Whereas we just stay like this. And we keep the head on the floor. After keeping the head, with the help of the head, with the help of the inner ankles, you have to stretch the inner legs away from the trunk. This way. Then you have to take the foot in to get the confidence to stand up. Okay. Now I have shown you, I have made you to do. Now if you have got any problem in this pose, I would like to correct it so that you can also know, others can, participants also can observe and they can learn. Any problem?
I find it difficult to get the upward movement.
Can you
of the
come here?
table.
Can you come here and do the pose? Now, she says that she can't get this movement. Follow now? This one, is it not you are speaking?
Yes.
Now, this has to be dipped in. So in order to dip in, you have to stretch the triceps. Unless and until the triceps are higher than the biceps, it will never go in. Not keeping the hand and stretching. So back of the arm, from the elbow to the shoulders, stretching. Now has it gone in or not?
Yes.
And suppose you want to take more. Now what I do, this is the portion, this is the sacroiliac muscle. So this stretch the sacroiliac muscle and also dip down to touch the pelvis and the pelvic rim. Now she got the curvature. Can you see now? And if you want more curvature, this is the head of the collarbone. So through the collarbone, extend backwards and still it goes down. So the energy is flowing this way, and here the energy is coming that way and meeting here and going like a circle. So it will be rolling from the head towards the tail and from the tail towards the head that way. Now, you understood now?
Yes, thank you.
Good. Any others have a problem? So that I can guide you?
We sorted mine out.
Pardon?
We sorted mine out in poo.
Yes?
It's my long leg.
Any others?
I'm not sure about the balancing point.
Say face this. Face this. Because others have to see. Now suppose they cannot take the head down. Which one you are finding it difficult to?
Wondering where the balance is, of how far back it is.
Balance in yourself or in teaching or in doing?
In doing.
In doing. Now, this is the gripper. So when you move, the groins has to be taken forward. Now, you got the pose. What we do, we don't move this at all. There is a mobility, stability and mobility go here together. This is completely stable. Only there is stability and mobility. So in the stability, you have to move forward. Then the head goes in. Did you understand now? You got it or not?
Yes.
And those people who cannot do it, those who are afraid, for them we keep their hands here, so that they are more confident and the head goes down. For stiff people, you have to teach like that. So keep their hands a little forward and then they can bend very well. And then what we tell them is, with the help of the palms, they have to learn to stretch the inner thigh muscles towards the groins. So the inner thigh muscle should raise the groin higher and higher, outer groin, outer groin. Now see there is a movement here, hold pose, again do what you are doing. Can you see? It's dead. Now from the inner thigh muscles, lift the groins. Now see the movement comes very, very well.
Can you tell us something
Yes.
about the distance between the feet in relation to the length of the spine?
The spine is almost the same. Now you do the pose, then I'll correct it. Now what's your problem in the action? Because it's practical, it's not theoretical.
Well, if I go very wide, I
Yes.
feel I'm not extending the spine
Yes.
enough. If I
Yes.
bring in, I feel I'm getting more
Correct, I will tell
extension.
you that. Because your body is taut. Follow now? Those who are stiff, they cannot take the head down if the legs are very near. So in order to make them, we say go out. Then you place your head down. Then get what you call confidence. Then without lifting the head, move both the legs nearer and nearer to each other. How much I can take without lifting my head. Now you understand the pose?
Yes, so according to the maturity of the feet.
Maturity of the muscles, the distance comes nearer. So in the beginning, we have to give the distance more. Now for example, now there should be a rhythm also. Suppose I want to do, I can go down, then I keep my head. So the rhythm is gone in my leg. So I have to adjust that. So follow now. Without disturbing the other part, I have to take the legs here. Can you see now? So the rhythm of the leg extension has to be maintained. Otherwise it becomes Svanasana. Follow?
Yeah.
Any other points?
Following on from Diana, what happens if you have a student who has very short legs and a long spine? Their legs are so close.
Spine can never be long. If they cannot do it, if their legs are short, their trunk are long. So then what we do, we keep their pillow so that they may not go down more. Then they learn the art of stitching the leg. Suppose I keep a bolster or a brick in between, then I move, then naturally the head cannot go, so I have to spread my legs. So the extension of the legs come. So they develop their leg muscles.
Yes, yes,
Understood?
yes.
Thank you very much. Take a deep inhalation. Then, along with your exhalation, jump about 4 feet high. Now, keep your feet as firm as Tadasana. Inner leg ascending, outer leg pressing the outer heel down. Inner heel helping the inner legs to come up. Take the left foot in, locking the kneecap of the left. Turn the right foot out. Then, when you turn the right foot out, see that this inner leg of the inner side of the foot is parallel to the inner groin of the right leg. Open your left leg upwards towards the ceiling. Extending the arm, exhale, take the hands down. Right arm down, normal breathing. Then try to bring the spine to touch your sternum without disturbing the body. Back body, nearer the front body. Stretch your right leg, grip them firmly, each and every part of your right leg. Do Tadasana on your left leg. Perfect Tadasana on your left leg. Then 1 foot forward, rest your palms on the floor, cup shape. Then extending the big toe of the right, come up. The right toe skin at the bottom goes back, so you have to lift up, extend, rest it on the floor, then stretch your body. And from the middle of the knee of the right to the buttock bone, give a single stretch and open the pelvic ring towards right pelvic ring towards the left. Then place the palm on the floor, right palm, extending the left leg. Feel the bank of your right leg. The intelligence should feel. Go back to Trikonasana. Inhale, come up. Now take the right foot in, extending the bottom of the right foot. Take the left foot out, turning the left groin also 90 degrees. Now with an exhalation, lifting the inner groin of the right, take the left hand down. I'm adding new points every now and then which you have to remember. Should be added on both the sides. Now stamping the heel of the left, extend the middle thigh muscle of the left towards the right leg. See that you extend more and more the back portion of the left leg from the knee to the buttock. Press your palm. Then bend your knee, come 1 foot forward. Then extending the bottom, the edge of the big toe. Press, come up. Then after lifting, take the buttock bone slightly back in line to the left heel. Then extend. You have to move the leg backwards. Place the palm on the floor. Extend the left leg from the heel to the buttock bone, gripping the right without oscillating the right leg. Turn the chest. Go back to Trikonasana. Do perfect Tadasana on your right leg and extend the left leg so that the intelligence is nearer the back bank of your leg. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in. Exhale, flip your leg. Do perfect Tadasana. Inner leg from the knee ascending up. Inner calf muscle extending downwards. Then relax. So when we do Tadasana, this is the arch of the foot. And this is one end of the arch, this is the other end of the arch. When we place, we have to measure the diameter of this and the diameter of this, and these two parts should be kept in such a way on the floor that the weight is not shifted there nor shifted here. Then the whole plate of the sole and the heel will rest when these two positions are placed accurately in Tadasana. Most important is here, this arch. Many of us have a slight arch here on the big toe too. As we have got an arch here, we have got an arch on the big toe. So there when we stand, the skin goes back, retorts towards the arch. So you have to open the ball point and then you have to stretch that very well. Then you know that you are stable on the feet. Ardha Chandrasana. I am showing you once again so that you know exactly how each and every part of the body is extended. Now, if you observe here in Trikonasana, the shin bone should be stretched backwards with the help of the shin muscles. Then there is a tremendous stretch here. You have to observe this ankle. When I am going into the pose, what happens? Now this is forward. When I lift, they go backwards. Now, when we balance, we do not touch this point and this point. So you have to press this, so that there is a tremendous stretch here. Then the outer ankle gets compressed and the inner leg is extended. You can see the extension here. Then the grip is here. In this leg, the grip will be here. Now, when I am stretching here, if I stretch my knee, I have to stretch the elbow. If I stretch the ankle, I have to grip the wrist. So there is a understanding, the communication between this and this, between this and this, between this or this. Then all the three are moving, keeping room here so that they may not crumble at all. Then I stretch. When I stretch, I think of this line, so that there is a straight line from here to the groin to open my chest. Then this muscle is gripped and arms are lifted. Did you all understand? Now, when we do a pose, when we go like this. And that's how the wrong pose comes, because there is a fear complex. So on account of that fear complex, we move the skin. This is a wrong pose. So what I do with my hand, I lift it and I stretch the arch. See, I'm extending the skin to get the pose. So if I go down like this, can I see the whole thing gets distorted. So you have to open it, you have to stand in the middle of the arch there in order to turn. That's the pivoting point for the pose. If there is no pivoting point here, you shake. So suppose you are completely stabilized by pivoting to the ground, then you can open the pelvic ring, you can open the thighs, you can see. Understood? Now in the Ardha Chandrasana, I show you how the back muscles also works. Now when we are doing, some of us do like this. Can you see this buttock, this buttock? We stretch the hands, we don't know which side we are. Now you can see the distortion of my buttock. Now how I correct it. That is known as bringing that to the conscious level. Whereas somebody may go this way, somebody may go this way, and you may stand. So from here you have to feel the lift, accurate lift and accurate contraction of the flesh. Then when we do the pose from the back, for Ardha Chandrasana, this side of the back is very important. So when we do the pose, whether it is Trikonasana or Ardha Chandrasana, we just go down. Whereas if you observe this point, the extreme plank of the top chest, torso and the bottom plank, they are not parallel. Now from this finger, middle thumb, I push back and open my skin, you can see. Did you see the movement there? Yes. Then that is the trick you have to get in Adho Chandrasana. So you have to start from Trikonasana so that the Adho Chandrasana is built up from Trikonasana alone by moving this lower torso plank towards the front body. So when I'm moving that, see this also opens. One is coordinating that. Suppose I close this, I can't move. So as this is moving in, this moves out. Then I come forward. I place my finger. I stamp this area. I observe all these things. Then I take the pressure on the toe to get the balance, tip of the toe. Then I push back so that the weight is taken off. Then I turn here. When I turn here, see the opening here too. Then I observe how I cut the buttock in. Watch carefully. Do you have the movement there? That's how you do. Work on and on. Spread your legs apart, 4 feet apart. Take the left foot out like a pin. Now go to Trikonasana. And from Trikonasana, go to Ardha Chandrasana so that I can correct you in the final pose. Now when you are doing this pose, see you are dull here, you are active here. So this shoulder blade should be moving here with extending the frontal arm straight vertically up. And the right arm and the right leg should act as a anchoring position. Now you have to turn back. Little more. Pressing the victor. See the arch of the victor, open and grip it. Stand the inner edge of the foot to extend the leg straight. Now from this is the tailbone. So this has to move down and then the inner portion of the body should come up. Again the shoulder blade. You are good. But again same. Take that down. Now extend in your mind. See both of you. The moment I touch my finger, you are posing for a stretch. That way. Understood now? Yes. Now slowly go back to Trikonasana. Inhale, come up. Slowly inhale, come up. Take the foot in. Exhale, put together. Now you put it down. Take a deep inhalation, 4 feet apart. Take the right foot out. Now right foot in, left out. Now with an exhalation, take the left arm down. And when you are taking the left arm, from here you have to go on extending. So that there is a tremendous Tadasana in the arm too. As there is Tadasana in the leg, there is a Tadasana in the arm of the lower side. Now with an exhalation, 1 foot forward. Now with an exhalation, normal breathing there, then grip your tip of the fingers on the floor, big toe, then with an exhalation come up. Then after coming up, you have to press your finger, you have to extend from here straight up. Then without disturbing, I'm just touching so that you are too much on the back leg, so bring and come into my little toe more and more. Touch my little toe more and more like this, and then turn your chest more. Lift up here from the behind the buttock, and then stay there. You are very good, but this is going too much. So this kneecap should turn up, the big toe should turn down. This up. Then you have to open here. If a line is drawn, try to get a line here. Good. Here. From here, you have to open. Stretch up like Halasana here. Can you balance now without losing the pose? And stand the inner edge of the heel, then you get the action. You have to, this muscle should come forward, little forward, little more, and then extend your arm in Halasana. You got the pose. Now understand how to do it? Now go back to Trikonasana. Now go back to Trikonasana. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in, exhale, foot together. Now you can see yourself. You can show them. Stand well. Outer ankles in, inner ankles up, inner legs ascending, outer leg compressing in Tadasana. Extend your big toes towards the tip. Don't take towards the foot side. Take a deep inhalation. Exhale about 4 feet apart. Take the, stamping the foot firmly. And take the left foot in with firm grip of the kneecap. Then turn the right foot out. Now with an exhalation, you have to bring the opposite arm towards your right hand. Exhale, turn. Now bend your knee, place your palm forward, then with an exhalation lift the left leg up and extend the arm. left arm along with your right leg and revolve the spine. Keep the lifted leg firmly and then turn the chest. Go back to Parivrtta Trikonasana. Inhale, come up. Take the right foot in, gripping the right kneecap. Turn the left foot out with the groins. With the groins. Now with an exhalation, revolve the spine and bring the right arm over the left foot. Turn your spine. Now bend your knee. Left, 1 foot away, right, with an exhalation, come, right arm. Then turn the spine, extending the lifted leg. Normal breathing. Go back to Trikonasana, Parivrtta Trikonasana. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in, exhale, feet together. Now, you saw, though I took with the technique, you could not see the front portion of my body. As such, I turn. You stand as you are. Once again, you can repeat along with me so that you can see my body and you can stretch. Take a deep inhalation, jump about forward. Take the right foot out, left foot in. Now with an exhalation, ascending the spine. Now with an exhalation, revolve the body. Place the left arm outside the right foot. Turn your spine. Then bend your knee, 1 foot away, place the right palm, left palm. With an exhalation, come up. Turn your spine, turn your stomach, all of you, more than the chest, keeping the lifted legs stable. Go back to Parivrtta Trikonasana. Inhale, come up. Take the right foot in. Turn the left foot out. Lift the tailbone up. Tuck in and up. Now with an exhalation, revolve the body. Take the right palm outside the left foot. Bending your left knee. Bring the right palm 1 foot forward. Then with an exhalation, stretch your leg. Lifting the right. Turn the spine. Revolve the abdominal organs, lower abdominal organs to the maximum. Towards the front. Keeping the lifted leg firm. Go back to Parivrtta Trikonasana. Normal breathing. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in. Exhale. Go to the final pose. You go to the final pose. Now I will correct it. Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana. Now turn your chest. Good. And be strong from here. Good. All of you good. Now turn your chest. Be strong here. Slowly go back to Parivrtta Trikonasana. Inhale, come on. Take your foot in. Down. Now, let me correct the others. Now, when you do a Parivrtta Parsvakonasana, this hand is very important. It should be there in line to the toe. Then you have to turn your armpit, lift up the armpit, and grip. Actual balance is from here. Balance, turn a little more here, a little more. Shoulder blade leg loose, and then from the inner shoulder blade lift up the body. Extend the lifted leg. Now when I say extend, the back leg is extended, the front leg moves towards your trunk. This is a circular action. So quadricep muscle moving towards your hip. That go back to Parivrtta Trikonasana. Push the hip backwards and chest forward. Inhale, come up. Now take your foot in, exhale, put together. In Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana, you should know the key points. So if you know those key points, you will not lose the balance. If you don't know these key points, you lose the balance and you find it difficult to hold the pose. So I'm showing you the key points. So when I'm doing the Ardha Chandrasana, when I'm taking the hand, this is the brain. If there is a slight looseness, the whole thing becomes very heavy and you cannot lift your leg. That's how it comes. So you have to be very active on this outer quarters of the muscle and you have to grip it firmly and the leg has to be lifted from that area. Can you see now? Some people will go like that. Can you see now? They feel he is above like Aisha's because the quarters of muscle lost its grip. Now I grip it, quarters of muscle. Can you see the heel came down? Mm-hmm. Then this is another way. We drop it. So you have to bring this knee bone almost inside in order to get the pose. You understand? Mm. Now similarly I show the front so that you know. Now which you cannot see, at here it gets completely moving inwards. When we keep the hand, the muscle has gone up. Can you see now? Mm-hmm. And without knowing this, we just do like this. And we do not know what to do with this. Now pressing the hand, I move the foot or the metatarsal from the little toe towards the big toe in order to suck the muscle near the bone. Can you see now? Mm-hmm. So here if you see, from here if you observe very carefully, they go all sucks in the skin. Quarters of muscle of the lifted one should be parallel to the ground. That is the secret. And here also you can observe. Now what we do sometimes, we just keep like this and do it. So this elbow also should be observed to run parallelly from the front to the back. Follow? Mm-hmm. Now you can see. You know, whenever we do Tadasana, there is another hidden point which many of us will not be aware of. If you observe here, this part dips in, so you have to bring it out towards the opposite ankle. Then you will understand the stretching of the leg, bottom portion or the upper portion of the heel, bottom portion of the inner ankle. There you should observe the Tadasana. It's very difficult to do Tadasana. That means from here to here, from here to here, if there is a slight circular drop, one knee goes out. So to bring the knee which is far away from the center, this is the break. So you have to move the skin downwards and you have to compress the inner plate of between the ankle and the heel. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Normal breathing. Take a deep inhalation and jump along to exhalation. Now take the left foot in. When we take the left foot in, you should become aware of here this portion. Without collapsing this, you have to take that in. The groins, the hamstrings. Then turn the right foot out with the top right leg revolving. Extend your arm. Now adjust your distance in case you find. Now with an exhalation, revolve the trunk, bringing the left arm over the right foot. Now take the left hand slightly back towards the back leg. Then pressing the thumb side and the big toe of the right and the thumb of the left, stretch both the arms. Do Tadasana with your right leg and left arm. Then extend the body. as if you are doing Tadasana on the hand also. Then grip your quadriceps of the rear leg, grip it, turn. Inhale, come up. Take the right foot in, left foot out. Extending the arm without dropping the inner right leg. Revolve the trunk. Revolve the waist also at the same time, lower waist. Bring the right arm outside the foot. Then pressing the thumb, the right, do Tadasana on your right thumb. Revolve the body. Now in this one, you have to keep the inner edge of the heel of the front foot on the floor to turn the spine. And grip the quadriceps muscles of the both. Stretch the left leg backwards, right leg upwards. Inhale, you come up. Take the foot in. Exhale, fit together. Normal breathing. How to adjust is both the knees should run parallel. If there is a disparity between your right and left leg weight, the distance is not accurate. When you spread your stamp like that, you have to feel the weight on this foot and on that foot. If there is slight variation, this part touching somewhere, that part is touching somewhere, the distance is less or more. So you have to adjust. Like a balancer. Some side and the weight, some side there is no weight. Only vegetables are kept. So they tap off little, put little more like that you have to observe. Now, with an exhalation, stretching the hand, especially from the collarbone, with an exhalation, bring the opposite arm over the frontal foot. Pressing the palm. It's very difficult to revolve the bottom side of the chest. It's very easy to turn here, very difficult to turn here. So you have to create space here and move your trapezius muscles straight up. Trapezius muscles up of the left in order to get a good pose. Then you have to stamp the outer edge of the foot on the floor firmly. Bring the body weight, stabilize your back foot. And then with the back foot, turn the quadriceps slightly to the front, you get the pose. The chest will turn with the left quadricep muscle. Right outer quadricep muscle is the break. So there should be no disturbance here. From here, keeping it locked, lift, turn the other leg. Good. Open your chest, you are collapsing, the diaphragm should face your head, diaphragm should face your head, still face, move the diaphragm towards your head, now that. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in, exhale, fit together so that I can go to the other. Take a deep inhalation, exhale, spread your legs apart. You know the name of the pose, I suppose? May I know what's the name of this? Correct. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Now take the right foot in, left foot out. Now, watching the shoulder blade of the from here, extend this arm. Now with an exhalation, without, say when you turn, you forget the chest. Without forgetting the side chest, which is open, keep it broad. Now with an exhalation, bring the opposite arm. Don't collapse the chest. Stronger the chest, the better the movement. Pressing your finger now. Bring your ear should be in line to the middle of the toe so that you can adjust your body. Don't move the head too much forward, too much backward in a line. Now lift the inner top leg of the right up and now revolve the spine. It comes better. Lifting here. You have to revolve the spine. Good. Good. Inhale, come up. Now take the foot in, exhale, fit together. Now you can see if you want. In this position, Parivrtta Trikonasana, I will give you some points which also are akin to Tadasana. So if you don't do that, not only the Tadasana goes wrong, all the other poses go wrong. So that spot I will show you in Parivrtta Trikonasana, which you can see better than in Tadasana. When I do the pose, when I take, now I bring my hand. When I bring my hand, can you see the foot what happened? from the edge of the heel to the ankle. This is known as Shavasana. So though the pose is there, but the leg is sleeping. So what I do, from the ball point of the little toe, I revolve the whole foot to the front. Then when I'm doing it, you can see the groin and the ankle are brought towards the big toe side. Can you see how I touch that floor? Yes. So this is real action. Whereas we create a dent and we continue the pose, which is the wrong pose. So you have to touch it. So when I have to turn the spine, look, the action there too. Then I lift here. Can you see? To get it still a better grip. That is the brain. Now here, I am changing in order to give you, when I keep my hand, as I showed, that the inner ankle gets the dip here, this goes out. So as you observe the skin here, you have to observe the skin here, the skin is sucked into the bone. Here, the skin has come out. So when I'm doing this pose, I stretch from here towards the little toe. Then I suck the skin to be thinner. Can you see now? Then when I'm turning, this goes deep into my leg. Today, you know Kofi, who is an advanced student in yoga. So on him I will experiment for you to learn that there is still plenty to learn even in the simplest pose, which is so complicated that it does not bring to the attentions of what we are losing when we are doing that pose. Kofi, can you come? Now do the pose. Parivrtta Trikonasana, that one. Both ways here to do, front and back. Now, as I explained to you, if you observe that triangle, it's not a right angle triangle. That is why I'm showing the mistakes so that you can learn more and more. Because I may come once in 2 years or once in 5 years or never, who knows. So this opportunity should not be lost. If a line is drawn, you have to observe. Follow? Because the distance of the leg is so little, so it drops down, it does not come up. So what I do, in order to get this action, I move. What happened here? So this is how each one has to learn. Now if you observe this skin or this shin bone, it is moving this way. This is moving, this is known as distortion in poses. But for appearance, nobody will know. Oh, it's very good. Now you have to draw your line. As the river flows within the back, our energies also should flow in the back. Here, the bank is too strong here. Here, it is too light, too strong here. So you have to move this muscle from my hand this way. No? Do all with your hand, with your own hand. Now stretch this hand up. Now can you see what happened to the bank of that line? No defect at all. Then in order to get this pose, where is the rope? I'd ask for it. Now whatever you do, can you see the outer edge of the foot doesn't touch the ground. That's why for some people we have to help them. So I just keep my toe and I just touch his knees like dog pose stretch. Can you see now? Come on. Now because I am gripping this, he can stretch this leg more. See the bend. So it's not at all, it is Parsvakonasana leg. In Parsvakonasana you bend right 90 degrees, right? Here even 10 degrees is gone. Now stretch that leg. Now he can't stretch that leg. Now same way I will show. Now come on, take the support of that rope and then come with the rope towards me. Can you see the stretch? So many things are hidden which will never come to the surface unless and until we notice these things. Now the other way, facing to me. Now this is for everyone to learn. I'm showing now. Yes. Any side you can do, it does not matter to you. Now, if you take a line, see how strong we are here, how poor we are rotating here. So sometimes, as a teacher, we just put the rope like this. Now what he does with his hand, I will help him to get the action. Now he can turn anywhere. Then after giving the intelligence on that part, we take the rope. Now he can turn that more. After turning, this leg should be separated from that leg. And actual balance is on the back groin here. The more he stretches the back groin towards the right leg, the better the pose. Come on. Can you see the rotation of the spine? So that is how one has to go on learning non-stop. Otherwise we think that we know, then we are lost. Now come on. Okay. All of you, Tadasana. Turn the outer legs inwards. In Tadasana, always this should turn inwards, which never turn. Only lower legs will turn in. Top legs will never turn in. We allow it to go out. Turn the top legs in. Blow in. And now take a deep inhalation. Exhale, jump over forward. Take your arms. Take the left out, left leg. Take the left leg deep inwards. Now bend your knee. Rest your chest on your thigh. Wait a while, normal breathing. Now, pressing the big toe of the right, extending the left big toe all the way from the body. Come on. The left toe should be very heavy, not light. If it is light, you can feel shaky. Head down or the side. Now stretch from the arch the heel backwards so that you can stand longer. Turn the left toe to face the floor. Extend the leg backwards, arms forward. Go back to Virabhadrasana. Inhale, come up. And take the foot in. Exhale, fit together. Now, I am again showing once for you to know the mistake. Now, when I'm doing this pose, when you all were all doing, you did that pose, you are like this. See that leg, lifted leg. You are going like this. So you have to turn in and you have to stretch that toe. Not this way. Follow? Can you try once again? Same side, please. Come on, jump 4 feet apart. Take your arms up. And take the right foot out, left leg in. With the left kneecap. Kneecap should be revolving, otherwise you will never get the pose. Raising the heel, inner heel of the left. Extend. And now bend your knee. Now rest your chest on the thigh. Then with an exhalation, come up. After lifting, you have to revolve the inner ligament of the knee towards the outer ligament. Go on revolving here. This should turn. This is the brain. You have to turn here and extend. Come on. Like a football, you have to keep the foot strong to extend. Now come on. Arms up, please. Go back to Virabhadrasana. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in, arms sideways. Exhale, fit together. Now look, I will correct the other group. This part should be doing Tadasana as far as possible when you lift your leg up. For example, when we do, we make it to sleep, and that's why we don't do it. Can you see now? So what I do, I lift this portion. So that's why I press this area, outer big toe, with the arch. Then I'm balancing there. If I shake here, I shake the toes. So I have to keep that in contact with the wood to stretch. Can you see it is coming up? Now I stretch. Did you understand how I roll it again? So that is very important. Take a deep inhalation, exhale, jump apart 4 feet, 4 to 4.5 feet. And then take your arms up. When you stretch your arm, you have to lift from the inner leg for the arms to go up. You can't just do the arms without using this part. Come on, from here, suck the skin up. The arms come straight. Now take the right foot in, left foot out. Now turning the left foot, you have to revolve the right hip to come in line to the inner leg of the left. So much you have to revolve the right. Come on, left goes straight, right goes straight, left goes on revolving. Now with an exhalation, bend your knee. When you bend, you have to move from the inner bottom leg forward, skin. You should not just flex, you have to move. Good. Now revolve the left hip a little more, look up. Now with an exhalation, rest your chest on your thigh. When I don't speak about the breathing, you have to do normal breathing at that time. Extend the middle finger, bone and the knuckles. Now with an exhalation, slowly come up. Suppose you lose the balance, you have to push this back. Bottom ankle back, top ankle forward. Ankle top shin forward, bottom shin back. Then you can balance longer. You want the palms? Bottom shin back, top shin forward. And stretch. Revolve your hips. Right hip towards the ground, right hip towards the ground, left hip towards the ceiling. Go back to Virabhadrasana. Try again, once again. If you can do it, do it again. Come on. And now inner leg should be doing Tadasana straight. What is that muscle? Grip. Push this in. Then you get it. Now extend the arm forward, leg backward. Together. Together. As you stretch the right toe back, your middle finger and thumb should stretch forward. Go back to Virabhadrasana. Inhale, come up. Come to the front. Arms sideways. Exhale, fit together. Well done. So as long as the standing poses are not stable, firm, accurate, you will never know, even in back bends, how to adjust the leg and the spine. So that's why I am taking this example. Now do the pose yourself. Now take your arms up. Any side. First you do this side, then you do this side. Now bend. Now having done the back bends, you can observe that all his movements are here. This is completely forgotten. In Yoga Sutras you get, dull, scattered mind and concentrated mind. Now if you observe, this is a stable mind, this is a scattered mind, this is a dull mind in the body. So what I do is, I take this back and then I move this forward. And after moving that, I just separate the buttock and turn with the kneecap towards the ground by raising the heel a little up, so that you get the space to revolve the leg. After turning the knee in, he has to touch the heel to the ground. Now see, the movement is different. Tailbone goes in. Now rest your chest on your thigh. Now with an exhalation, come out. Now I will touch him in such a place where you know is the key. I just touch my toe and he gets the balance well. He can stabilize the pose. So that is known as, this part is the stabilizing part. If you observe carefully, he is good here, he is good here. But if you observe here, this is dropping. So he has to bring the groin nearer to the pubis. Then he has to lift this part. Can you see the difference it makes? Go on stretching, maximum don't stop. Still it goes up half inch. That's the pose. See, I'm controlling him. If I leave him, he starts shaking. Can you see now? Now I touch him again. Now he will get the stretch here also. Can you see? So this is known as key points or the source of action. You should know source of action on the other side too. See, continue. Not necessary. Now, if you observe, in order to get the pose, I keep my leg and I go on rolling. Can you see now? Then I say hit the shin, head of the shin backwards. Head of the shin back and revolve the buttocks separately. In order to revolve, you have to revolve the shoulders. Can you see this movement? Now, he stretches very well, but not here. So now can you see, because we cover the cloths, we don't know. So there, from here, like a Tadasana, stretch straight. That means everything goes forward. Can you see the differences now? See the movement. Come on, stretch. Now rest your chest on your hand and come up. Now lifted leg is here alone. Now come up. So this is the bifurcating point. From here you stretch up to here. From here you stretch forward. So this is the divider. So in this divider, one stretch goes this way, one stretch goes that way. Then only this leg comes straight. Now see, he cannot. So I stamp the metatarsals, head of the metatarsal. Then he can hit the shin back. Come on. Push back heavily. Goes, shin bone yellow. Correct. Can you see the difference? Yes. So it takes another 6 months for him, if he does, to get that straight. Daily practicing. So they're doing back bends, that is neglected. In back bends you never stretch there. It's always bend. You know, in the standing poses, the simplest is the Virabhadrasana II. And the complicated standing pose is Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. Because there are lots of rotations in this pose, which is very difficult to learn, even including me. Of course, I was doing very well, but after that accident, I lost a little grip. So that's why I get the problem. If I had no accident, I would have maintained the same action. First, I show you. I will show front and back so that you understand the movement of the frontal body as well as the back body. This is quite opposite to this Parsvakonasana, where you are bending and placing the palm on the same side. Here it is completely a revolvement of the body. You have to bend your knee and then you have to bring the back of the arm on the opposite side. You have to touch it on the floor. You have to, in the beginning, we lift that heel up, which you can see. Then you have to go down to touch it on the floor. This is the pose. Now on the front to catch. Sometimes the most important thing in this pose is that after squaring the leg, when we take the hand like this, we raise the buttocks up. Can you see? Yes. So that is where the moment it goes up, you cannot rotate at all. So you have to go down more and more. And then you have to keep the hands. Do you understand? Or you want me to do again? Now, look at my hinges. When we do Tadasana, we go forward. From the heel to the knee yourself. You know it's slanting? Mm-hmm. So this is not Tadasana. Now without disturbing, how I go backwards. Can you see now? So unless and until you get that action, in Parivrtta Parsvakonasana, you cannot open this area. We close this area. That's why you have to learn. Whenever you do Tadasana, sometimes you hit back. From heel to the bottom of your top muscle without disturbing the position. You can see the front. My shins do not change at all. Now how I hit back, you can see. If you see my kneecap, the patella of the knee, can you see as if my knee, patella is into two parts? Can you see the cut here? And one day or the other, you have to get that middle cut. That means you have got a tremendous mobility in the knee. Did you see?
Yes.
Then the hinges are well placed, well extended. Now, all of you, take a deep inhalation. Exhale, jump about 5 feet, a little more than Trikonasana. Now take the right foot out, left foot in. Then spread your leg a little more. Then with an exhalation, bend your knee. After bending, the big toe should not roll towards the little toe. The bent leg. Now with an exhalation, take the buttock bone down. Raise the pubis up, as I'm showing you, with the help of the hand, so that you can turn. Then place the back of the upper arm against the knee. Revolve the pubis. Then turn as much as you can. Then take the hand over the head. Then lift your heel of the left. Extend the heel bone backwards for it to go down without moving the right knee backward. Inhale, come up. Take your right foot in, left foot out. Now, as you are bending, do not drop this leg, the right inner back of the leg. Lift, ascend to descend this. Ascend the rear leg to descend the front leg. Place your hand on your thighs. Exhale, revolve your pubis towards the outer leg. Then with an exhalation, turn the arms and place it on the floor. And take the arm over the head. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in. Exhale. Take this left out, left foot in. Bend your knee. When you bend your knee, see that the flesh rests on the bed of the skin. Come on. Bend your knee so well. Treat this as a bed. Go down. As you lie down on the bed, the flesh should say, I'm completely comfortable. So much you should go on bending. Then bring the left arm with the right foot. When you bring the right arm, left arm with the right foot, turn the quadriceps muscle and the groin of the left towards the right leg. Towards the right leg. Then extend the back arm to take it down. Extend the flex downwards. Then turn your waist a little more. Raise the pelvic girdle to the left and right down. Now stretch here a little bit. Now take the hand over the head. Now when you keep the head slightly back and revolve the shoulders with the hip. With the hip. Revolve the shoulder blade. Elbow straight, please. Now I just grip you so that you can stretch better. Can you see the movement? So this muscle should go back, this should go forward. There also, now see? But in your case also same movement. So this goes forward. Now I'm gripping here, you can turn more. Any amount you can turn, nothing happens. Follow now? That's the stability. Inhale, come up. Take the foot in, exhale, feet together. Now I will take on one side, I will take the others on the other side. And do not oscillate that big toe, then turn the skin there from the back leg, from inside out, more and more, so that they turn to the front. It all depends on the big toes, how you keep your big toes stable. You know the rotation is coming. You have to press this also, outer toes on the floor. Pressing the outer toes on the floor. Then revolve the metatarsal skin towards the inner ankle. Towards the inner ankle. Then keep the weight on the hinges. Sway back slightly. Holding the middle shin tight, sway back. Take a deep inhalation, jump about 5 feet apart. Now take the right foot in, left foot out. Bend your left knee. As you are bending, descend the buttock bone, the knee flexes by itself. Don't think of the knee. Take the buttock bone down, the knee flexes. Now with an exhalation, bring the right arm over the left foot, creating space in the groin. See that the trunk and groin Knee is completely free from the contact. There should be no pressure. The groin of the left leg revolves towards the ground. Then the groin of the right is lifted up slightly. Then take the hand over the head. As you are stretching the hand over the head, right hand over the head, extend the back of the thigh towards the knee hitting the ankle hitting the hip. Now with an exhalation, resisting your arm against the knee, revolve the chest. My friend, you have to hold this butto tight, you have to lift here. The knee, top kneecap, don't drop it. Ascending the kneecap on the top, revolve the body. Then if you can place the foot slightly down here, bring as much as you can, carefully without losing the grip on the knee. Go. This point should go back. Now this back and stretch forward. Understood now, so that both the hips are parallel to each other. In that way. You can turn still more, See the knee is dropping when you are turning. The knee is dropping. Knee is the brain, the rest revolves. Now inhale, come up. Take the foot in, exhale, fit it. Toes together, take a deep inhalation, Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. This for you, I am repeating it again. Take the foot out, other foot in. Now, when we are turning, we have to be very careful to observe this back line. What we do, all of us turn the lower leg more without turning the top leg. The joint is there in the leg to make the muscles to revolve in various directions. And the joints are exactly in the middle of the muscles, of the top and the bottom. So they connect each other. So the muscles do not work, the joint do not work. If you do not adjust the joint, the muscles cannot work. Now bend your knee. Now say, the muscle is not working well because this is forward, this is not moving. This is backward, this is forward. So this knee cap should turn this way. Now can you see the difference? So that means this is the bone. From here, one wing of the flesh is equally stretched as it is on this side. There should be no variation in the action. Now here if you observe, the outer calf muscle is longer, inner calf muscle is shorter. So he has to drop this ligament of the knee at the back and he has to lift this ligament up. Then the muscle will be exactly active on inside, outside as well, equally. Now bring the opposite hand. Now after bringing the hand, you have to observe the toe. So the heel, inner heel, and go that way. Now say that again the calf muscle is lost its potency. Extend, then with an exhalation, raise the stomach up. Then create space between the abdomen. Create space between the abdomen and the upper portion of the leg. Then turn, you can turn more. Then after turning, when this hand is moving over the head, this muscle is also moving. So this is this north pole, that's the south pole. So between this and this, half is set towards the south pole and half towards the north pole. Not in one direction alone. So the moment you go towards the north pole, this flesh should go towards the south pole. Come on. And then turn your chest, sternum. Now if they don't get it, now can you see now? These are the poses which have to be mastered. Let loose the hand. Now step forward. This opening has to come. Inhale, come up. Take this foot in. Go that way. Then, now the most important is when I am making him to do, so that you see that I give a better motion. Now I keep my hand here. I move the flesh towards the buttock. Now you can place the hand better. Can you see now? My finger was deep in, now it has come out. Now I have created tremendous space. Now come on. And now lift the quadriceps muscle up. It's very difficult to keep the heel on the floor, so in the beginning you should allow, as I am allowing you to do. But afterwards, slowly, you have to take the heel inwards more and more. Follow now? Now see, there is no light. Then slowly the heel has to be turned in such a way that one day or the other it touches the floor. As I tell you now, that alright, first learn the stretch, then try to learn the heel. So also you should tell your pupils. Now inhale, come up. That's why we say God is near yet too far. It's a long way to go. The pose is near yet too far to reach. I think by now you must have had lots of points to develop. Parsvottanasana. There are various ways of teaching the beginners. So I start first for a beginner, then a little when they have learned something, how you can change. Then the last final pose, where you and I will be doing at the end. First for the beginners, we say we keep our hands on the waist, make them to jump with the breathing, we turn. Then in this position, we teach them the big toe in contact with the floor. When we do, we cover our heads, we lift like that. Can you see it? All of us do like this. So keeping that outer big toe on the floor, we should know how to stretch the body. Then we make them to place their hands on the floor. When we hands, can you see the foot changing? I will show this way so that you can, all of you can see. The moment we keep the hand, the way it goes here, it does not go here at all. With the help of the hand, we have to readjust, lift, and inner edge of the heel touching, so that this bank and this bank of the body runs parallel to each other. Then pressing that point, gripping that point, and this point, I touch my head. If you observe carefully, now here and here, this is above, this is below. These are the faults which people do. Now by pressing that big toe, I lift this buttock up. This is one way of doing. The other way of doing, we just keep the hands like that, so that they don't fold, just supporting. Then with an exhalation, same way, we are supporting here. I'm showing. So to curl back is difficult. So this muscle will be resting on the sacral ones. Now can you see I'm supporting that in order to stretch. To get this stability, suppose they are there, they shake, they don't get it. So from this bone, I press the sacral muscles down, gripping them, then I stretch. Which is a support, and then learn the curvature. Then with an exhalation, we go down, telling them not to disturb that big toe. Many of us do like this. So you have to go in, revolve the hip, and you have to touch. This is the second way of teaching. Now the final way. First I do. In the final way, for beginners, we spread their legs so that they may not get pains when they turn the hands like this. Just as we do, the folding of the hands in the front like Namaste, Indian salutation, saying like that, so that they get through, then we walk in. And when the grip has come, the leg should not be taken apart at all. One has to learn to do without spreading the legs. And if you observe, we just drop. Now observe how I resist my muscles in order to get the movement. Then we take the legs apart, so that then with that same hand, keeping the big toe on the floor. Here I don't press that big toe, back leg. Front leg I grip. There I grip the little toe in the back leg. So that the big toe and the small toes, they talk to each other, commune each other. Suppose I press the big toe of the back leg, say what happened to my knee? I cannot stretch my knee. So in order to stretch the back leg, I will put the weight on the little ball point of this toe, so that I get this stretch. And then with an exhalation, I go down, watching that big toe, so that it wants to disturb. So I control there. Here I stand on the heel, here on the big toe. Back leg on the heel, front leg on the big toe. Same way. Here I am pushing the weight on the back of the neck so that I can get the movement well. Here, sometimes when we say, we just throw the head back, whereas you see the pubis. So I move the pubis forward to get the good stretch from the foot. Then, can you all do it? Now, I'm taking the final pose as you are not beginners. Just have shown what how you should start for beginners, but not for you people. Now join your palms first together and measure your middle finger. The length of the middle finger should be measured. One will be long, one will be short. So that short one will always disturb the entire shoulder and shoulder blade. And then extending the inner middle finger, turn the palms upwards. Then extending the middle finger low, you have to go up. Good. 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 See the middle finger is dropping. Now, here, see the shoulder blades are tight. That's wrong way of doing it. Now, look here. Drop the hands, please, all of you. Now, I am taking her. You can see what is wrong, what is right. Just holding the palms and just going. Here the shoulder blades have completely blocked. After pressing it, she has to open the shoulder blades out now. Come on, stretch. Now see the hand position. At the same time pressing here. The shoulder blade should open up to bring the wrist together. That's the way to be done. What were you doing before? So that you know. So you said that shoulder blade. What did I teach you? You all see? So remember that. So just putting the hand there is not at all a success. Just touching there, you have to move the elbows away from the forearm so that the shoulder blade also moves out. Then it helps the collarbone to open. Now you can see her chest. Okay, all of you can see. Now do the old one. Drop the hands. Now do the old. What you were doing. Can you see? The chest gets closed. Now what did I teach you? Now can you see? So a slight mistake there will come all over. So one should notice another. Come on, take the palms. And then, you know when you are moving, look here, leave the hands. Don't think that you are doing from the palms. Actual movement is from here. So when you join your palms, when you are lifting, these muscles should come closer, which gives room for the armpits to spread out. If they go out, the armpits gets closer. So you should know that you have to move these muscles deep inwards, which creates, can you see, now it creates space for the armpit, now take the arms up. This going up, closing in should synchronize. Okay. Are you doing better or not than before?
It's free.
Huh? It's free action. Free. So that is, suppose you don't think of here, then you will always have a pain here or a pain there. Now try like with all of you. That means in order to move the arms, you have to move the legs too. Come on, legs inwards as the arms are going outwards. Take it. Well done. Now, after pressing, in order to press the hand, you have to extend the inner knee towards the outer knee. Make the knee plate to the back broader and broader. You can stretch still better. Now the fingers can go up still because the knees are opened. Do you feel or no? So that is the way to find out. Just pulling the finger will not come. Somewhere you are close. And now take a deep inhalation, jump 4 feet apart. Now stabilize both the legs. Inner leg, you have to think, extending the inner leg. Now take the right foot out, left foot in. Firmness in the inner leg. And now revolve both inner legs. Now, to throw the head back, the brain is on the inner left leg, not at all on the front leg. Come on. Inner leg should ascend as the head is taken back. If you drop that leg, you feel shaky. Now extend the back leg and top leg hitting the back leg, the top front leg hitting the back leg. And now open the head more and more, ascending the spine. And raise the navel up slightly. Outer muscle of the right leg in, near the socket of the hips. Now with an exhalation, head down. As you bring the head down, the left top leg should revolve. These muscles should revolve. Go on revolving the top leg of the left. Then you get stability. Big toe of the front, holding the ground. And the heel, outer heel of the left leg, gripping the wall, floor. Go on. Communicate between the big toe of the right to the heel, so that the intelligence brings the awareness in the body. Everywhere. Well done. Drop the navel a little more down. Go down with the navel. If the navel you extend down, the body goes down. If you want to do more, lift your elbows more. Extend and roll the elbows towards the floor. You get the extension. Good. Penny, you can touch easily while you are not touching your head. If you don't touch the head, you have to raise the inner top leg of the back leg. Then the head goes down. Inhale, come up. Well done. Throw the head backwards. Get the same action, how the leg was long when the head was down. Now when you throw the head back, you can feel that the legs are not so long, is it not? So you extend those legs, side muscles, lengthen, then curve. Then you have not distorted the position. Now move the head to the front, jump. Come to the front, then jump, feet together, then I will look at the other side. Then take the palms back. Don't join first extend downwards, and then join there. Then joining, then pelvic girdles should revolve towards the pubis. Then reverse the palms and take them out. Open them from the chest, try to open the ribs of the chest in order to bring the palms together. Open the ribs. Now raise the outer edges of the diaphragm. You can move the hands a little more up. Does it move? And then when you press, don't compress the forearms. The forearm muscle should move towards the elbow. Come on, lengthen them. Now when you press, what happened to your body? Some of your pubis came forward, is it not? There should be a tremendous Tadasana in the pubic bone itself. From the bottom to the top, you should be run perpendicular to the floor. Then you can open the frontal shoulders more. If there is an oscillation in the pubic bone, there is an oscillation in the shoulder. Come on, try. Make the pubic bone inner plate go straight up. Good. Take a deep inhalation, jump about 4 feet apart. Take the right foot in with the right leg in. Left foot out with the left top leg out. Watch it. The inner layer of the leg, the inner band should run parallel to the foot. The opening of the areas, inner layer of the leg should be in the same direction like the big toe. Now, watch your pubics now. One side of the pubic bone is small, one side is long, is it not? Now, the back side, the rear leg side is short. That means that leg is collapsed. So lift that inner knee bone of the right leg. Inner knee bone. This knee bone should be pushed back and lifted up. Then the pubis can be lifted up, right? The pubic blade goes up. Now, extending from the middle of the navel, bottom navel, throw the head back. As the head goes back, navel also curves circularly. Navel circularly curves. They come forward, circularize the navel. Then you can stamp on your right heel more and more, so that the navel goes up and curves more. You are getting the pose of now? Now, without shaking, I will give you one new point. Without shaking, the right inner buttock should hit your tailbone. Do you feel the lengthening the body? Well done. Now with an exhalation, move the head down. Come with the trunk down. Come with the trunk. Extend the skin of the tailbone towards the head. When you go down, the skin goes back. So allow the skin to follow the spine. Now allow the skin here to follow the spine. So cognitive action should synchronize with the cognitive feeling. Come on. So that the organ of perception, the skin, and the organ of action, the flesh, are synchronized, coordinating together, balancing each other very well, and they should talk to each other. Keep them parallel. Skin should run parallel to the flesh should run parallel to the skin on the back of the trunk, torso. If you want to get a good pose, raise the frontal top leg of the right. Push back the head of the femur. Right femur, head of the femur. Then you can extend the trunk still more. Now does it come more? Inhale, come up. When you move the head, the femur of the right leg should go back. Head of the femur, frontal femur should always touch the back leg. Come on. Then throw the head back. So when the head goes back, the femur comes forward. Can you say right? Keep it back. Keep it also in the same position. Then look up. Extend the plank of the chest to throw the head back. Well done. Good. Now come to the front. Take the foot in. Exhale. Fit together. Don't do the hands. Wait for some time. Now exhale. Drop the hands. You know, in Sirsasana, as we stand topsy-turvy, we have to remember very well all the points of Tadasana. If you forget any one point of Tadasana, Sirsasana, though you balance on your head, your legs do not control properly, shakes the brain, shakes the spine, shakes the arms. So you have to be very careful to get all the points while doing Tadasana. When we do the Tadasana, we glue the skin from the sides to the front, and then we do straight Tadasana. In that stretching, we feel the muscles, the skin of the front leg, the back of the knees, the ankle, the heels. Similarly, the same should be felt when we do head balance. Though we are standing on the head, actually the firmness should be on the legs. Now, I will show you Sirsasana. I am interlocking my fingers. Then I rest the crown of my head on the floor. Then I stretch my legs, walk in without collapsing my chest. Then with an exhalation, I just extend my toe. When I am lifting the floating ribs of the helpers to go up. Now you can see, many of us do not observe, just we let go of our legs and we just think of that big toe, the intermediate part of our body is forgotten. So we always touch that big toe. And by stretching that big toe, the whole body goes strong, the back of the legs get tired. As I said, in Tadasana, this is the brain, the middle of the arch. So when we do the head balance from the middle of the arch, you have to stretch half towards the heel, half towards the sole. Then from there, say how I feel by extending, whether the center of the arches are active or not. Then you can see the Tadasana of my leg, how I turn my skin in, and then I balance. So that there is absolutely no variations between the legs, between the arms, or on the planks of the chest. Now, if you observe very carefully, slight inattention in the legs. Suppose we overstretch, the feet goes back. So in this overstretching, the front leg muscles are longer, the back leg muscles have become shorter. Sometimes due to fear, we balance by keeping the front. Here what happens, the weight is on the front of the brain as the weight of the body is on the forehead. If we go back, the weight is on the back of the head, so we hold our head gripped very firmly as if we are going to topple over. So you have to observe carefully from the middle of the body so that the back and the front run parallel to the center line. I hope you have all observed the pose so that you can understand the various joints, the movement of the muscles, so that your intelligence is as long as the physical body. Then while coming down, you have to take the hips slightly back so that you will not topple. Then you come down gradually, watching the big toes. Your intelligence should feel as you cannot see. Then you have to bend your knee. As soon as you touch the floor, slowly lift up, stand. Feel of standing. What action came in head balance, whether you can do on the legs the same way. That's the pose. Then I reverse the pose. You have to bend your knee, you have to take them back. Keeping them together, you have to draw a line. Just, you can take the outer kneecap or the shoulders. After measuring it, you have to stamp the elbow point. Then you have to extend your arm, then you have to bring them together. When you bring the fingers, sometimes we may move this hand more, sometimes we may move more. So you have to be very careful to adjust, but a line has to be drawn from the center. So interlocking should meet at the center of the two elbow line. Then we have to keep, some people do like this is fear complex. Those who lose their balances, for some people I've told them to stretch their little finger to get the grip, confidence. Then when the confidence comes, that habit should be taken off. Then placing, forming a cup shape, you have to measure, you have to move slightly forward and you have to keep the crown of the head on the left arm. For example, if you observe, now some people do like this, so they are on the front of the crown. Some people do too much, that means you are on the back of the crown. So you have to adjust in such a way, just like Newton's theory. When the fruit is ripe, it is 90 degrees facing the floor. So you have to raise your waist, you have to drop your head perpendicular to the floor. Then I interlock. Because I knew the position, so I interlocked the wrong way. Then I slowly lift my knee, walk in with the foot and raise the hips. Then slowly I go. Those who cannot do straight legs, they can bend and go up. Now, after adjusting whether the legs are straight or not, you have to take them apart. Then you have to roll the muscle in from inside back. Then you have to extend a Tadasana. Then you have to join. Now if you observe carefully, watch my chest bow set back. How I adjust the skin without oscillating my body. No movement, disturbance in the physical body, but only observe the muscles of the spine, how I suck into my inner body. the outer ligament of the knee to extend in Sirsasana is difficult. We all stretch the inner back thigh ligament, not the outer ligament of the knee. I am extending, you can see. So that the leg foot may not oscillate at all. If there is a little bend at the outer ligament, the foot moves forward and backward. So you have to stretch like Tadasana, the ligament at the back, the outer edge of the knee. Then while sliding down, you have to tuck the buttocks back, move the spine, and then slowly take the body towards the trunk. See the shoulders, they go up as the leg descends. Then after lifting, you have to see where your elbow, sometimes we get up, but if the elbow has gone out, oh, I have done wrong. Suppose this elbow has gone out, I have done wrong. Suppose you have tilted, one arm is wrong. So you have to observe carefully, observing on these edges. So let that edges be as sharp as they are when we are ordinarily standing. Then your head balance is perfect. So all of you, keep your elbows, as you know, measure it correctly, parallel to each other, interlock your fingers. After interlocking, find out the middle of the fingers, knuckles, should line exactly in between the middle elbows. Now rest your head on the floor, raising the hips a little more, so that you get the space to lift the body. Raise the legs from the chest side of the latissimus muscles and come up. Balance yourself, then I will correct it. Come back with me, this portion, that way. Now in head balance, the front leg skin should be moved towards the trunk, and the back leg skin should be lifted away from the trunk. This elbow has to come slightly inside. Then, as I said in Sirsasana, you have to open the back of the knees and you have to turn the skin inwards, and always you have to stretch the inner leg in Sirsasana upwards and the outer leg downwards. Outer side legs downwards, inner side leg upwards. Well done. Now, as you observe, see, this line and this line will tell you that this ligament is not stretched well. So turn in the back of the ligament of the knee, extend, make it sharp. As I told you, your pelvic rim should not, your shoulders drop, pelvic rim comes forward. So raise the deltoids vertically up and take this back to be nearer the back leg. And now heels together, and always you have to turn the skin inwards, revolving the skin. From the tailbone you have to measure to keep the heel in line to the tail. Open your chest. Okay. Now look at the other side of the pupil so that you will also learn something. Now when you observe, this is the center of the body. From here, if a line is drawn, the middle of the big toe should run in this between the two legs to measure so that you know exactly the right position. Yeah, you are very good, but only your shoulder blades are not flat. Now open your shoulder blades, maximum, cutting the lower forearm to the ground, open your shoulder blades and inner deltoids up, and you get the pose. Here, the tailbone is not at all going in. Tuck in the tailbone, tuck in, and then extend the back inner leg. So like that, each one has some weaknesses which have to be observed and given. Here also, now though your pose is good, this leg is straight, this is not straight. So you have to turn the knee bone of this leg, just turn backwards. And then roll this outer quadricep muscle deep in. And then make the top leg thin and then go up. All of you, the top leg should be thinner and thinner. You have to compress. Say again, disturbing the shoulder blade gateway. Come on, suck into the bone, the flesh, and then stretch the inner leg. Correct? You have to always observe. The intelligence should be touching the back leg as well as the front leg. If it only touches here, your leg is in the front. If it touches on the back, your leg has gone back. So you have to measure. Take the center body as the wall of the intelligence. The front leg and the back leg should be brought in line to the middle body. That way, what you did just now. Try again. Even the chest also. Even the middle of the arms also. Adjust. The periphery, the wings of the body should be intelligence. Should be the middle part, median portion. The others are the wings of the body, flesh. Adjust. The shin is loose. Tuck in the shin and lift up. Now you can come down slowly. Good. Now, when you are coming down, the shins, bone should be ascended. Then you have to come down. Ascending the bones of the legs, you have to descend the foot. Gone ascending. Now, lifting the bones, the foot should come down. Then the rhythm will come. Bend your knees, rest yourself. Slowly raise your head, relax the fingers, let loose. Then stand up. I am purposely taking one of your colleagues, showing the back, so that I have corrected the front body. Now I will correct the back portion of the body, so that you learn exactly what you have to do with the front and the back. Now this is the middle of the knuckles of the thumb. So this is the center of the body. This will teach you if the thumbnail moves this way, your elbows are wrong. Or the body has moved more to this hand. If this thumb moves that side, this hand has taken the load. So you have to always observe these knuckles, which runs exactly in the middle of the skull. Then adjusting this hand. Now this is the trapezium muscles, what we call. So one side is very short, one side is very thick for all. So what he has to do is, that means this knuckle of the thumb goes down, this knuckle of the thumb comes up. So if he presses this knuckle like that, this muscle goes up. When you see how he lifts up, then they become thin. Then after adjusting, you have to come like that. Now if you observe, there is a hollowness here. The hollowness is, body goes according to this shape. If these points at the top of the inner shoulder blade, take to the front body, towards the front. If you cannot do it, now just see, I keep my knee and I push it. Let me see how much it moves. Then he has to spread out the shoulder blade. Then he has to feel from here to here. Can I do Tadasana on my lumbar area? That means the diaphragm should be taken slightly back without taking the tailbone back. Come on. That's it. Come on. Now stretch from the outer part of the body straight up to the inner calf muscle. Then turn the kneecap inwards. Turn in. Now with the help of the kneecap, ascend your outer buttock slightly up, higher than the center. Or this is the outer edges of the tailbone. When we stretch, we set the center of the tailbone. So if you can move the sides of the tailbone higher than the center, the pose will be accurate. Try. Lift up the outer edges on either side of the tailbone. Then extend the body from the outer edges. Now come down. Did you see? Understood now? How to do? How to improve from where you know. Every time you should go on searching. Where am I doing? Where am I not doing? What I'm getting? What I'm not getting? How to add? How to subtract? That also should be kept. Where I'm overstretching? Where I'm understretching? Where you are overstretching, you have to understretch. Where you are understretch, you have to overstretch. Then the balance, harmony, grace will come. Okay. Now I have shown you the front portion and the back portion in head balance, how accurately it has to be adjusted. If there are overstretches, you have to understretch them. Where are the understretches, you have to think and stretch them very well. Then only there is a tremendous balance, grace and harmony in the pose. If you just do it, just keeping the head down and leg on the air, that is not head balance. Head balance should be as accurate as when you stand in Tadasana. Then I am sure that you will all enjoy head balance tremendously. Very nice. Sarvangasana, or it is called neck balance. Some will call it as shoulder balance. It does not matter. When it's a neck balance, that means you have to come on the nape of the neck. If it is called shoulder balance, it's very difficult to stand on the edge of the shoulder. It's not just keeping the whole weight somewhere in. Actually, the shoulders revolve, entwine to get the proper weight. So there is nothing wrong in calling it is neck balance or shoulder balance, but it is called Sarvangasana. Here, in this Sarvangasana, I purposely used 5 mat for the simple reason that in the West, when people do the shoulder balance on the floor, their neck being very short, sometimes it may snap. So in order to be on the safer side, it's better that one uses these 5 mats or anything to that height, so that they get pose without injuring their neck. It's only to stop that injury, cervical slip disc, that this method has been adapted. Now I will show you the pose. You have to lie flat on your back, and you have to keep your nape of the neck on the edge of the mat, so that you know that from the nape of the neck when you cut, which portion of the edge you are touching, you are not touching. Then we have to open your chest. Many of us, we do the wrong pose. Whether we bend the legs or we go straight. So we forget and we go just like that, collapsing our chest, and then we cave in the chest and we go up. This is a wrong pose. Here what happens? The whole frontal trunk has sunk into the neck, so you cannot adjust at all. So never cave in the chest when you start the shoulder balance. Now I'm showing you how the chest has to be puffed up and retained throughout the practices. Can you see the difference? So here, all these ribs are lifted up. If you go and cave in the chest, they curve like this, and which sinks the heart too. Whereas here, it gives room for the heart to open. It's a very soothing pose. Every time, as I said in Tadasana, see the top front leg. The bottom leg closes, but the top leg never closes from the knee to the groin. Now how I turn in, so that the front leg is also from the side to side run parallel to each other. And then when you come down, you have to slide your legs slightly, then you have to release the hand, and without dropping the chest, you have to tap the buttocks to the floor. And then you have to come to that right angle. Then normal breathing there. After staying for a while here, exhale and take the foot to the top. I'm showing this pose from the back so that we understand the manipulation of fingers and the adjustment of the elbows on our back. sometimes when we bring our fingers on our back, we forget the original position. So we play. So one elbow goes out, one elbow come here, or you may play here, and when you take in, it may go out. So you have to be very careful. So you have to stretch first, holding the here, or stretching your head. Then you have to flex your elbow. Then you have to bring your fingers on your back to adjust. You can see the most important here is that from the base of the neck to the thoracic dorsal spine, the spine is almost doing Tadasana. As long as it is in Tadasana, there is no pain or cervical problems arising. Now, if you don't get it, you have to release your fingers, and again you have to stretch from there. So that there is absolutely no injury. It is known as traction. So in this position, I have given the traction to the cervical spine. You can see the back of the thighs. How I revolve the skin to get the broadness on the back of the thighs. How to know whether you are doing the correct pose or not? Suppose the foot is to the front. The back of the anal knot is higher than the frontal anal knot. If the foot goes back, the frontal anal knot is higher than the back anal knot. When you do the straight pose, you have to measure from the center of the anus to stretch the leg, so that you know that the front and the back leg run parallel to each other. Now when coming down, you have to take the buttocks slightly back, then lower the leg, then slowly slide, inch by inch, bring the back of the body to the ground. Then take a rest in this position for few seconds, then now I show from the side so that you understand how you can adjust yourself from the front, from the back, and from the sides. Always, when you go up, we should feel weight more on the top leg than on the lower leg. So you have to always grip these muscles firmly, and from there you have to come up. Then there is no jerk, there is no strain, there is no heaviness in the breath. I am purposely showing from the side in order to know that it is very difficult to stretch from here to here, which you cannot see from the front and the back. Now observe carefully that though the legs will be straight, there is a bend there. You see? So that means the back legs are also attended to. Halasana, as having observed the correct stretch of Sarvangasana, you have to know the stretch of your leg as I said before in Sirsasana, now to bring the toe down, you have to ascend the bones of the legs. You saw me that I took the hips slightly back so that the legs can go down without any jerk. Then I stretch the legs. Those who cannot interlock their fingers, they can keep this way or they can relax. And those who want good stretch on the shoulders, they can interlock the fingers. Then turn the wrist, you can stretch. And then after stretching, now see the ligaments of the outer knee with the help of the thumb, how I lift my legs. Then I am coming to Sarvangasana. Just to know what is right stretch of Halasana in the inner leg, I show you one leg. This stretch you have to observe. Then you can try once again Halasana, it comes better. It's very easy in Halasana to stretch the inner legs. It's very difficult to stretch the outer legs. Now you can see the inner back legs is higher than the outer back legs. Now with the help of the big toe, I pump the outer legs. That is Halasana. Here when I am coming down, I move the flesh to connect into the buttock bone. So from there I descend. Take the head slowly so that you come on the edge of the mat. Extend the trapezium muscles and the latissimus backwards so that the collarbone of the front expands more, extends up. Extend your hand. Keep the back arm straight. Those who can go with legs straight, they can go. Those who want to bend and go up, they can do. Most important is to do the right pose. Stretch your legs straight. Wait. Now open your chest. Turn the triceps inwards. Extend the back arm. So when you are lifting the leg, see that the shoulders do not go towards your head. Moving the back shoulders towards your heel. Exhale, come up. Wait there in the right angle. Again, exhale whatever breath is there. Take one more breath and exhale. Now take a deep inhalation. Again, along with exhalation, go up. In case you cannot, just I will show you that you have to move this way and then you can move the body well. And this muscle should never come forward. Cut that back and open the side ribs. Always in both head balance and neck balance, in Sirsasana and Sarvangasana, the side ribs should be always lifted along with the front ribs. Whereas we only think of the front ribs and forget this side. So with your tongue, you have to lift the planks of the side, plank ribs of the chest. Then knees together. Every time turn the top leg inwards. There will be tremendous life here because we move the lower leg more than the top leg. So you should observe here. And then can you compress? You have to open the inner heel towards the outer heel for the knees to come nearer. Inner heel out for the inner knee to come closer and closer. Then with an exhalation, recharge your back. and then harden the back knees and increase the diameter of the back of the knee. Increase the diameter. When you increase here, the kneecap turns in more and more. Give a single stretch from the side of the armpit up to the ankle. Single stretch. Now with an exhalation, take the waist slightly backwards, go to Halasana. After touching the floor, take the hands backwards as much as you can. Straight, don't worry about interlocking first. Now pressing the inner thumb to the floor, ascend the sideways of the floating ribs. Raise the floating ribs up and then move the body. The back floating ribs should be lifted up. Back portion of the floating ribs should move up. Now extend your calf muscle from inside out, inside out. Now lift the back bone as much as you can without dropping the calf muscle. Good. Now slowly move the hips back, come to Sarvangasana again. Hands on your back. Now with an exhalation, take the right leg down. Watch this big toe. You should not oscillate as the right leg is going down. Now when we take one leg, we always move the back leg, but you should learn to extend from the pelvic girdles forward. Front leg should move longer than the back leg. Back leg goes up, front leg moves forward. Now take this leg to Halasana. Extend your arms on the floor. Now slowly, inch by inch. Now take the legs backwards and move slowly, cutting the buttock into your trunk. Exhale, come down. Now stay in that right angle. Wait for some time. Move the shin deep in. Then holding the head of the shin, move the legs down. Then exhalation. Now, having adjusted the other group from the front, now I'll explain from the back so that you can also know how you correct yourself from the back. Suppose you have to observe here, this is the center portion of the spine. So every time you have to release the hand, you have to bend your elbows, then you have to take the elbows inside. Then you have to manipulate your fingers on the back without widening the elbows. Or sometimes we just, teachers should stand and move just like that inwards. It's very difficult in Sarvangasana to bring the back outer arm to touch the mat. So you have to bend your elbow and then you have to turn this muscle, this triceps deep in, that way. The more the outer triceps touches the mat, the better the grip. You adjust yourself as I said, outer triceps. Adjust that also. Well, and with your hand you have to lift this portion up. Good. Now close the, lift the socket of the hips up. Suck in and stretch up. Good. Now every time you have to observe the opening of the calf muscle on either side. Which opens more, which closes more. So now this is opening, this is closing. So you have to stretch here. Good. Now, without shaking, take the left leg down. Watch the calf muscle which collapses on the right. So without dropping the inner right calf muscle, especially the back of the knee, you have to be attentive and then bring the tailbone forward, the foot touches the ground. Tailbone forward without oscillating this leg. Touch. Now after touching, you have to observe the hips or they're parallel. So if a line is drawn from here to here, this point and this point should run parallel to each other. This point and this point, there should be no difference at all. Then, without shaking, pressing the big toe, lift the quadriceps muscle of the left leg. Retaining that, do Halasana. Bring down the other right leg. Then join the feet together. Take the hands back. You have to observe here the spinal muscles. So if there is something wrong, so just you have to lift like that so that you feel the even stretch here. You are lifting here more, dropping here. So this leg should be lifted up in order to balance the body. Good. Lift the shoulder blade, pressing this muscle. You have to always press in Sarvangasana, the outer triceps. In Halasana, the inner bicep skin should press to the ground. Then only the trunk gets freedom from the hands, from the contact of the arms. Press this point from here, it will go straight. Then you can lift this point up. Keep the kidneys as far as possible concave. Correct? And now slowly slide down with an exhalation. Holding the kneecap tight. You have to remain here till the kneecap comes straight. Then dig the shin into your knee to go down. Head of the shin, digging into the knee. Correct? Throughout, till the end, you touch the floor, that shin should be remembered. Shin moving towards the knee. Now slowly inhale, come up. Now in this pose, side, you have to observe, this is the middle of the armpit. If a line is drawn from the middle of the armpit, adjust your body, just half of the front and half of the back should run exactly in the middle of the armpit to the chest. Then you have to spread your legs slightly apart, move the tailbone deep into the body, grip that tailbone and join the legs together. Now this is how the Sarvangasana comes. Sometimes with my knee, I just take that way. Then Halasana. In Halasana, this is the head of the shin. So this should run parallel to the ground. This way. Open this way, join the heels together, then lift up the inner knee bone. Hands straight on the floor. Now if you observe, this is a wrong pose, so I just lift him and bring him forward, so that this portion moves forward. You have said Ekapada Sirsasana, so I am not repeating on this side, but you understand. Always, from this portion to this portion, you can move forward and lift up. Good? Understood now? Adho Svanasana. Adho means head downwards, Svana means a dog, Asana means posture. It resembles the extension of the back leg of the dog, hence the name. Now you see how it should be done. It's a very resting pose. Suppose you have done standing poses. In between, you can do this pose. You have to place your palms in such a way that you grip the floor firmly. Then, by pressing the knuckles of the thumb, you have to extend the inner arm towards the shoulder, like this. Then you have to stamp your foot firmly. Then you have to stretch the arch of the foot towards the heel, simultaneously taking the head to rest the floor. Those who cannot rest the floor, they can use the brick or the bolster or the blanket. This is the pose. Watch carefully. From the upper arm, I give a stretch towards my tailbone. That is the stretch. Now the same dog pose I am showing the other way so that you can see exactly even my front of the chest, my head. From the sides, you can see, look at my toes, look at the curvature of my ankle, stretching of my calf muscle, then the ligaments of the knees at the back, lifting of the hip. Look at my waist, diaphragm, latissimus muscles, stretching of the skin of the outer armpit, how they stretch, separate from the arms and the trunk. Pressure of the finger. The fingers are pressed towards the heels, so that there is a single stretch from the index finger to the outer heel and the big toe. Now, you have seen me doing dog pose, Adho Svanasana. When you do the Adho Svanasana, the legs should be firmly gripped because the hind stretch of the leg. So naturally you cannot forget the leg at all. Place your hands on the floor, all three in one line, and then move the legs back. Now, without dropping your elbows, you have to move the head in by slowly gripping the foot from the sole towards the heel. Now if you people observe, this is a very good stretch. So this is the thoracic dorsal spine. So here she has to just lift up here, pressing this, she has to stretch this point. She is also doing very well, only she has to stretch from here still, whereas she is only strong from here to here, she is not. So this is known as the divided intelligence. You should run from here as a single intelligence, just like that, and this intelligence of the leg and the intelligence of the arm should meet at this point. So the leg is stretched this way, arms are stretched that way, they meet here. It is just a triangular shape of the body. Here, if you observe the armpits, you see the armpits. So here I will correct. Now this is the deltoid muscles. So these, let head up first. Now with the head up, move the deltoid muscles towards me, inner palm. Then take the head in. Now can you see the difference? So this is the real. From here she has to push the body upwards. Now you understood? Now come forward. Do the other way. Turn this way, yes. Now here, take the head inside, same way, inner deltoids, creating room, take the head inwards, nothing happens. Here. So deltoid turns outwards, the wrist turns inwards. Here, see, the strength here, the strength are not synchronizing. So what you have to do is, the outer foot should be pressed down, and then you have to move the middle shin back, so that the life flows here too. You too have to work from here. Can you see? See, you are only stamping here. So if you cannot get it, you have to go a little more nearer foot. Then the heel goes down a little, down. Now you can press the heel. Then if you don't get it, you have to open the inner top leg skin from inside out, and then from here you poke the heels down. That way. That's why the curvature of the foot is less near the ankle. Well done. Now I will correct the other three, you can see. This is, from here the body ascends. From here, this is the divider. So from here you have to keep, without dropping the skin, ascending the skin, you have to take both the legs towards the inner heel to stamp the inner heel. Come on. Now see the differences here. Here she stretches the top leg. Here she stretches the bottom leg. So each one have some difficulties in learning. So now, as you have seen, I give the same stretch to her. Now this is the outer ankle. Move the outer back ankle down and push this back, and the movement will come. Now can you see the shape? Still you have to open. Now I just touch the little toe for her to get the movement. Come on now. Little more. That's the correct stretch. So you have to stamp here and you have to push back. Holding the floor with the ball point of the small toe, you have to extend towards the heel, then it opens. I'm sorry. Here also, if you observe this leg and this leg, so here also the problem comes. So here this leg is completely straight, here the shin is top shin is moving in. So she has to learn to turn the knee bone inwards so that this comes up and she gets the exercise here too. Now you can see I touch her thoracic dorsal spine with my knee to give the stretch on that leg. And now she can lift up very well and stamp the heel down. That's the correct pose. So you should go on learning like that. Turn this also out so that this is also parallel like this. Good. Now the other way. Now if you observe, the other three people, they had a very good stretch here. You people are not having that stretch from the shoulder blades to the 10th or the 11th thoracic dorsal spine. So to get that, you have to press the inner center rest on the floor, and with that pressure of the inner rest, you can move the chest. Move the chest better still. If you let loose here, it does not move at all. So you have to lift this middle finger and then stretch the middle finger backwards. That way. Now understood? The frontal middle finger grips, but the back middle finger pushes backwards towards the wrist. Try again, all three. With that middle finger. That's the good opening of the chest. Come inside. Enough. Are you all happy now? Good. Now you come, sir. Let me see.